Yeah, just I'm streaming. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Yeah, dear devotees, today, before going to discuss the second verse, the second sloka of the Manisha Panchakam, I want to throw a bombshell to all of you. Well, so don't get fear that Swamiji is throwing a bomb, then we might get destroyed. So better to quit the class and all. It is not the physical bomb, I mean to say. It is a Vedantic bomb. So for some time at the beginning, so this will be an interactive session should be supposed to be. So now I am going to ask a question. It is not very great philosophical. Don't think too much about it. In a layman's language, just think and answer me. Then we will try to understand. Because Manisha Panchakam means what? It is a group of 5. So group of 5 verses actually, if you remember my introductory class. Manisha means what? It is the conviction. So it is the 5 verses about the conviction. What is that conviction? Vedantic conviction. I am that self. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you, all of you, a simple question. How do we know that a thing exists? Say for an example, here there is a pen. Okay. Pen exists. I am making a statement, pen exists. Or any one of you may say that pen exists. So how are you going to make this statement? Or what makes you to say that pen exists? Yes, I want answers now.
Swamiji, from a experimental perspective, that object has to give some, when you send a signal, it has to either receive the signal or distort the signal. It could be a signal sent mechanically through rays or through your eyes. So it either reflects or distorts the signal.
So that means there should be some response or reaction, you mean?
Correct. Some reaction or response or some repercussion to the signal that we send.
Okay. Any other?
Swamiji, simple explanation is light falls on the object and it reflects the light which we see it. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Any other?
From Swamiji. Oh, sorry. Please continue. Okay, I'll continue. So we see the object, so we make use of our eyes, and then based on what we know about the object, we draw conclusions about what that object is. So because we have the previous experience that it is a pen, we know that it is a pen. But if it comes in a different form, perhaps we won't be able to recognize it as a pen, although it does the same function.
Okay, I will not say that, okay, it is a pen. Okay, something exists.
Swamiji, as far as our conscious, that is knowledge, we know its characteristics beforehand. So we identify it as a pen, and it is as we are able to sense it. That is, with our eyes, we are able to see it, observe it. So we can say that it is existing. It is existing because we are able to see the light falling on it, and it is coming to our eyes, casting the image of it.
Okay. Any other answers? Any other different answers?
Or Atman is throwing the light on our intelligence, and that is recognizing the object.
Okay.
What is the question, Maharaj?
Like a thing exists. How do you say that a thing exists? Simple question. Or
Yes,
one more
Swami.
thing. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Pranam, Swami.
Swamiji. Okay, carry on.
Oh yes, yeah, thank you. So this is because maybe the senses tells me that okay, the object exists. Because if I have the eyes properly working, okay, the eyes see the object. So yes, the object exists. The senses like they capture the, I don't know, like yeah. So the sensor tells me that okay, the object exists.
Okay. Senses informs you that the object exists and you feel okay.
Yeah.
Swamiji, from
Ah.
the layman point of view, I would say that the pen exists because our senses are seeing through. But from the Vedantic point of view, it's an object and not a subject.
Okay. No, I'm not going to any isms, any school of philosophy. Just at the layman's language, I'm saying that a thing exists. How do you say that a thing exists? That's all.
Maharaj, I think because that is the reality there in front of us.
Okay, beautiful. So now that a thing exists, that itself is a reality. How do you define it? I question. How do you say that a thing exists?
Because we are
Maharaj,
perceiving it in your mind, through everything, na?
So because we are perceiving it through everything in my mind.
Yes.
Senses and mind are seeing
And
it.
therefore
Sat means it is there.
Okay.
Ma-
It is
And
a reality now, right now.
And therefore, with firm conviction, we can say that it's an object and we know about it.
Okay, fine. Yeah, Pranam.
Maharaj, what I feel is that Brahman is expressed in two ways, that is matter and the consciousness. So the matter also is the consciousness, is expression of the consciousness. So that the vibration of the matter also reaches through the mind, and mind reflects the light on that, and then we sense it, that object is there. This is what I feel. I don't know, it's too complicated.
Okay, fine. Okay. So most of you said because we perceive it, our sense organs perceive it, and they are the light falls on it, and the reflection of the light falls on our eye. For example, here, and the eye sends an image or information to the mind process, and we say that, or our mind says that a thing exists because we are perceiving it, because we are experiencing it. That's what most of your statements, if I have rightly understood and if I have summarized it, isn't it? Okay. Now one more thing now. Now you saw a red rose. And you are feeling that the red rose is very good. Or there is some emotion. There is some feeling in our mind. How do we know that there is some feeling in our mind? Maybe happiness, unhappiness, or love, hatred, whatever it may be. How do we know that?
We are all connected. Is it because of that? Because everything is one Atma.
You have got the feeling of love in your mind. How do we know that? How do you know that you have got that feeling?
The
Because
vibration.
sorry. Because the moment there is love, there is also a sense of desire or attachment to the object, or it also holds for hate, where we try to repel the object or something like that. So there is that kind of a reaction in the mind.
Okay.
Swamiji, every feeling generates some sensation in the mind, whether it is love, fear, hate. It generates some, either it's a chemical or some cause, but it generates some disturbance or variation in the mind. And that's how you know you're feeling something different.
Okay.
Experience of that reality, Maharaj. Experience of that.
Yeah. Any other answers? Yeah. Thanks, Sunita. This is what the answer I was expecting. Now,
Swamiji,
yeah,
Swamiji,
go ahead.
can I tell you one word in Kannada?
Yeah, please.
Sakshi. Sakshi irodrindane that namge will come to know.
Okay. Yes, yes. Yes, because of the witness. Now,
Yeah.
see, for an example, a thing exists when I make a statement,
It is
I may not know what it is. It's a
Swamiji,
pen or a paper or what, I don't know what it is, the name of this thing, but we know that a thing exists. Why? Because as we say, the theory of perception, it goes, the light falls on this object, the reflection of the light falls on our retina of the eye, and that will send an image or through it sends an information to our mind. Mind processes the information and it gives the decision that a thing exists. This is what based on the knowledge, theory of perception. Now you are all hearing my talk. Now I am in Ireland. Most of you are in India, different parts of India. Of course, someone is in Germany, someone is in maybe US, someone of you are in India. Now everyone are able to hear me and you are able to understand whatever I'm going to tell, whatever I'm speaking. How? Because my ideas has been translated into words and I am expressing these words in the form of a sound. That sound is entering your ears and that has been sent to the in the form of waves to the brain, and the brain is processing it and it is sending the information. Okay, Swamiji is talking this on Vedanta, and Manisha Panchakam is asking this question. I am answering or others are answering like this. And with respect to feelings like love, hatred, happiness, unhappiness, which is individualistic in nature most of the time, still I am aware of it. All these things. Now, without thinking much of Advaita Vedanta science and all, if you see everything, whatever we are saying that a thing exists, I am happy, I am unhappy, I am good, he is good, she is bad, or the rose is beautiful, the rose garden is so beautifully maintained, our house is good, our house is shabby, or it needs painting, it needs touch up, or I need some XYZ thing. All these things, which is knowledge and perceptions and all, whatever you say, everything is based on experience. Without going to any analysis, just if you say it is all based on experience. Now, who is experiencing, what is experiencing, I'm not going into details. Just all of our knowledge is coming through experience. I am experiencing an object. That is the reason I am giving a value to that object. That here value means what? It exists. I am not experiencing the object. I am experiencing the absence of an object. That's why I say that doesn't exist. He doesn't exist. She doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So whatever we are experiencing this world, good, bad, right, wrong, or anything, or any colors, or anything, everything is based on experience. If you think simply, if you keep quiet yourselves, and if you start analyzing every your judgment, your every action, every knowledge, part of knowledge in our day-to-day life, which we have taken for granted, it is all based on experience. Without experience, we don't get it. Then they say, oh, I have not seen Himalaya, but still I believe that in Himalaya. Yes, you have not experienced it, but someone has experienced and someone is narrating that his or her experience. We are listening to them and we believe in his words or her words, and we feel like, okay, Himalayan exists or whatever. Of course, there it is a auditable experience. We are hearing the sound of the person and we are feeling that Himalayan exists. So everything is what? Experience. And when this experience is been questioned by our Advaita Vedanta, this is what you have to understand, which is a standard example we keep on giving, Rajju Sarpa Avadharana. Rajju Sarpa. Rajju means what? Rope. Snake is what? We all know that. Sarpa means snake here. Snake in the rope. The world is like snake in the rope. So many times I might have told, you might have heard, and whenever you are reading any Vedantic text, you will be heard time and again. That's why there is a mockery, there's a Vedantic mockery, or there's a philosophical mockery on Vedantins. These Vedantins, rope never breaks and the snake never dies. Why? Because from Adi Shankaracharya time, or maybe little even earlier, we are gone giving this example of Rajju Sarpa, snake in the rope. The world is an what you say, it is not real, it is an appearance. How? Like Rajju Sarpa in the Rajju, that is the snake in the rope. Now, was there really snake? No. But can you say that there was no snake? It cannot be. Why? Because my experience at given point of time, it was there. As a result, I shouted, I screamed, I bought a, what you say, stick to beat it, all these things. Then after some time, I came to know that there was no snake actually. There was no snake, there is no snake, there will be no snake, no doubt. But at given point of time, I experienced the snake. It is a superimposition, adhyaropa, we know that. So it is a superimposition, whatever it may be. But when we understand the reality, only it is superimposition. Till then, it was a reality for me. The snake in the rope was reality. On what basis? It is based on experience. This world exists. How? Because we are experiencing it either through eyes, either through ears, or through nose, or through taste, or their feeling, or whatever it may be. We are experiencing it. All our knowledge is what? Through experience, we feel that it is there, it is not there, or whatever. So the validity of the universe, the truth, the world exists. How? Because we are experiencing it. So the experience is what it is giving the truth value for the existence of the world actually. Now it is a simple, profound, and it is very great indeed. Now we are all experiencing the world, and that's why it is very clear. When Vedanta says Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, Brahman alone is real, the world is an appearance, then we think, oh, I don't know how far it is, why it is. It is not so. Brahman may be there, may not be there, but the world is very real. Why? Because I am seeing it, I am experiencing it every moment. I have not experienced the Brahman, hold on, but I am experiencing the world. It cannot be unreal, it cannot be appearance, it is true. Then you go further in a spiritual journey, Vedantic journey, then you say, Brahman is real, the world is real. Both are real. Then you go further, Brahman is real, world is an appearance, world is not real really. Then Brahman alone exists and I am that Brahman. This is what the Vedantic journey actually. Okay, now how we were saying that the world exists alone, the world exists no doubt. How? Because of my experience. Okay. Now, how are we experiencing this world? What is this world? World is nothing but objects, people, things, what air, gas, atmosphere, whatever you can say. The world consists of so many things. How do we see all these things? Because through experience. How? Because we have got 5 sense organs of knowledge, Gnanendriyani, Panchakam, and Manas. Through 5 sense organs of knowledge and the mind, we are experiencing the world or its objects, and we say that the world exists and world is real. Now Vedanta is asking us, okay, how did you say the world is real? Because I am experiencing it. What are you experiencing it? For example, rose plant, rose flower. I am experiencing the rose. That is the reason I say rose exists. Okay. When you say that you are experiencing the rose, that's why rose exists, you say, how do you experience? Or through my sense organs, like by eye, especially here, I experience it. Because of that, I have got an image, I've got an understanding about the rose. Okay. Then for discussion's sake, Now, we all know that our eye can perceive a particular frequency. In that, the light in that particular frequency, I can see. Below that, it cannot be, my eyes cannot perceive. And above that, the light frame or sound frame, I cannot perceive through my ears or, eyes or ears. So, all my knowledge I am getting through sense organs and mind, no doubt. And my sense organs are very important for my knowledge, no doubt. But it is giving the limited or a distorted image of the world. Through my eye only I can see rose plant, lotus flower, garden, and Himalayan mountains, and the beauty, everything I'm seeing through my eyes, no doubt. So much good music, bad music, everything I'm hearing, all the sound I'm hearing through ears, no doubt. So beautiful, so powerful, no doubt. But at the same time, it is giving the limited image or distorted image of an object. That is what Vedanta is saying that. That today science is also accepting it, and we also know by this time. So through experience, we are validating that it exists, world exists, and its objects exist. Now, because of this mind and because of the sense organs, we are saying that. And if our sense organs nature and the mind nature gets changed for discussion's sake, because and then immediately my perception of the world, my perception of the objects, which are so real to us, which are so inevitable to us as it was appearing, now it got changed, it gets disturbed. So now as a Vedantic student, now you should be able to understand that through experience, I am validating the existence or the non-existence of the world or and its objects, or the consciousness and whether it exists or not through experience alone. That's why Rajju Sarpa Avadharana. So the simple example, but it is very profound. Because you were experiencing the snake, though it doesn't exist, but because you were experiencing through your mind and sense organs, so you got fear, your BP got raised, you shouted, you got sweat, you reacted. If you are a heart patient, there would have been a massive cardiac arrest and whatnot. So through experience alone, you gave the validity that snake exists. So similarly, all of us, we are experiencing the world and we think that the world exists. Now you might get question, Swamiji, that in that case only one person experienced the snake in the rope. That's why he said snake exists, but no one experienced the snake in the rope. How can you tell? There's a limitation in the example. Yes, we are all of same species, so we have got similar experience. We don't have same experience. We take it for granted. Simple example. Myself, I am seeing in the Ireland. Now it is like 18 to 23 degrees we have got here. Now for Irish people, if you ask, how is the temperature? 18 to 23 degrees. They say, oh, it is boiling. It is too hot. Now, the Indians who are staying here 2, 3, 4 years, for us, it is pleasant. We feel it is very pleasant. We like this weather, beautiful weather. Now, if you ask the Indians who have come to see their parents, to see their children, to see their relatives or friends, they say, oh, it is like our winter. Oh my God, we are feeling chill. We need sweater. It is a bit windy. We can't go out. Now, the same weather, but all our experiences are different. Some feel hot, some feel pleasant, some feel cold, very cold. The same thing can be seen even in our own country, like in India. Summer is very good for a few people. For some, it is tolerably well. For some, it is intolerable. For some, it is okay, so on. Even that same temperature, but it is perceived in a different way. But we take it for granted that everyone is perceiving it in the same way. We take it for granted. It is not in the same way. It may be a similar way, but it is not in the same way. So when this experience is negated, then the truth of the world exists also can be easily negated. When you say that the apple exists, how? because I am experiencing it. Okay, what are you experiencing? I am experiencing the apple fruit. Can you explain me what is this apple fruit? Oh, it is a fruit which is in a particular, maybe say near to that it's a round shape and it is a red color, and when you munch it, when you eat it, it is very tasty, sweet, delicious, all these things. Okay, then when I ask you, use a use a microscope and you start seeing it, then what happens? It is nothing but the atoms are closely connected to each other. Then you go little deeper, or if you go for advanced microscope for discussion's sake, you will see that there are protons, neutrons, electrons, and whatnot. Then you go still deeper, you will see that there is only energy. Then you go still deeper, Vedanta says that Atman or Brahman or consciousness. Now, why I was saying apple exists? Because my experience. Now, when I gave the advanced instrument and for you to watch, and with the advanced instruments, the same eye started watching the apple and it said that it is only atoms. So atoms are closely, one after another, so closely they are arranged. Then I gave still more advanced instrument. Then you see only atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons, energy particles, or whatever. Now you see, we have taken it for granted that because of my experience, the world is real. But in reality, it is only a distorted image. It is not real image. So Brahman is been appearing as apple. Brahman is appearing as XYZ because of your sense organs and mind. You are getting all these experiences. Just like we experience the snake in the rope. The moment when I got a light, someone put the torch light on the same idea that's a rope, it is not a snake. What happened? The snake disappeared. Did the snake really disappear? No, it was only experience is been negated. When the experience is negated, the satyatva buddhi, asti buddhi, that is, it exists, the existence itself was negated there. But rope was there, no doubt. So similarly, the Brahman and Brahman alone exists, but it has been seen as XYZ and all. Why? Because of our mind and sense organs, that alone. And when I say something exists or it doesn't exist, you might see through eyes, you might see through touch, or you might see through taste, or a smell, or a sound, and whatnot, any other means. For example, if you are a blind, or if someone is blind, they cannot see the rose. Then how do they say that? Okay, they go and touch it, and it is some soft thing. Okay, they don't understand the red color, but they feel it that there is an object which is very soft, smooth, and etc. Then they say, okay, rose means for them it is a soft object. Why? Because that only they can see and they can understand. They cannot see it. So again, for them it is an experience. So experience is validating our knowledge, and it is giving the the notion of it exists, it does not exist. And that experience is through only mind and sense organs. And whatever it is giving the picture, we try to know and we try to understand, yes, it is so or whatnot. So we have to start understanding this and we have to be clear about it. That's why Erwin Schrödinger, he tells beautifully, this material world, we are outside people, we are only spectators here. What a beautiful thing. And I think one more person, I'm not able to exactly remember who is he. He says that we are not belong to this world, or we are not product of this world or whatever, but we think that we are the part and parcel of it. Actually, we are not so. Even today, some of the scientists, physicists especially, they are trying to teach us it is not so. Means we are not the matter, rather we are the conscious, we are the self alone, and that is real. Now, this thing I wanted to make you clear. So the process, the Vedantic process is a one thing, understanding a text is a one thing, and there is a process, a standard process in every text. That process we should try to understand, we should try to get mastery of it. Then what happens? That will help, that will bring the clear conviction, that will bring the proper understanding, that will bring the right perspective towards the objects, towards the world, towards the God, towards oneself. For example, yesterday there was a heavy running nose to me. I mean, it was so much so that like at least last 3-4 years, I don't remember I had such a cold or running nose, so much. And there was a heavy head and running nose, burning sensation and all. For some time it was very difficult, no doubt. And I was suffering, no doubt. I was literally suffering. Then after some time, the mind started asking, my dear, you are the person who tells I am not the body and mind. Then why do you say, or why do you think that I am suffering? Who is suffering here? Your body has got fever. Your body has got, sorry, not fever, cold. Your body has got running nose. Your body is getting suffering. Then why do you think? Why do you think that you are suffering? Your body is suffering, isn't it? You are aware of the suffering. You are aware of your body suffering, but you are not suffering. That alone, that idea alone gave a lot of strength to bear things. That alone gave a lot of, that idea alone, that perception alone gave a lot of strength to bear this. Sorry, there was a missed call time and again. How much or I'm disconnecting it. So that's where when Vedanta put into practice, we'll be able to understand all these things. So that's what before getting into the shloka, I thought today I'll be throwing a bombshell, which I shall throw the bombshell to all of you, because by this time you are little seasoned. I mean, seasoned in the sense Vedantic seasoning. So you are all Vedantic seasoned now by this time. So I thought I can throw this bombshell so that it will help you, or it might help you to understand the reality. So when I say the world exists, how can I say that? Whether knowingly or unknowingly, I am saying that world exists. How? Because of my experiencing the world and its objects. And how that experience happens? Through my sense organs and the mind. It is giving the distorted image actually. But we have taken it for granted and we think that it exists, or it doesn't exist. Okay. So with this thing, so I will allow you to settle more and more, think more and more deeply. Now we shall go to the second verse. Brahmaivāhamidaṃ jagacca sakalaṃ cinmātravistāritaṃ sarvaṃ caitadavidyayā triguṇayā śeṣaṃ mayā kalpitam, Itthaṃ yasya dṛḍhā matiḥ sukhatare nitye pare nirmale Cāṇḍālo'stu satu dvijo'stu gururityeṣā manīṣā mamam. So it is a simple meaning. So just I will give a simple meaning, then we'll go to the shloka. Brahmaivāhamidaṃ idam. Brahmaivāham. I am that Brahman. Idam jagacca sakalaṃ. And this entire world, the entire universe, cinmātravistāritaṃ. It has been spread out by consciousness alone. Our consciousness alone is spreaded. It is spreading as the world. Sarvaṃ cha, etat, and all these things. Avidyayā, triguṇayā, avidya, because of the ignorance. And that maya, avidya is made up of what? Triguṇātmika prakriti, triguna. Trigunas, you know, sattva, rajas and tamas. Śeṣaṃ mayā kalpitam. It has been completely imagined by me. The world is true. It is imagined by me through because of ignorance, which consists of trigunas. Itthaṃ yasya dṛḍhā matiḥ. One who gets this firm conviction. Sukhatare, nitye, pare, nirmale. And this reality, pare, the supreme real, nitye, which is eternal, everlasting, ever blissful, transcendent and pure. Cāṇḍālo'stu saha tu dvijo'stu. Whether he is a Chandala or a Brahmin dvija, gururityeṣā manīṣā mama. He is my guru. This is my firm conviction. Anyhow, the last line keeps on, it repeats. We all know that. Now, the Guru or Adi Shankaracharya is telling very clearly. What is that? Brahmaivāham. I am that Brahman. So this is very clearly told. Brahmaivāhamidaṃ. What is that? I am Brahman. I am the pure consciousness. Now, if you remember the earlier class, in the first verse, what did we discuss? The essence of the first verse, if you remember, it was nothing but the essence of Rigveda. So in the Rigveda, but from Aittariya Upanishad, what was that? Pragnanam Brahma. The Brahman is what? It is nothing but consciousness. Now, in this verse, we are trying to discuss the Yajurveda. Especially Yajurveda, we have got Shukla Yajurveda and Krishna Yajurveda. It is taken from Shukla Yajurveda, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, that is Aham Brahmasmi. The second verse, which we are going to discuss, it is the essence of the Shukla Yajurveda in general, in particular Shukla Yajurveda, that is from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Aham Brahmasmi, I am that Brahman. That idea has been conveyed in the second verse. We should take. And actually one more Yajurveda, one more part is there, that is from Krishna Yajurveda. Taittiriya Upanishad is there. In the Taittiriya Upanishad also, one Mahavakya is been seen. Okay. Now, going into the, the second verse. So first, I am that consciousness, Pragnanam Brahma, we discussed, isn't it? I am that consciousness and I am different from body-mind complex. These are the two things which we understood from the first verse, if you remember. Okay. Now, we are discussing 4 or 5 points in this second sloka. What is that? I am that consciousness. I am that Brahmaivāhamidaṃ. I am that Brahman. I am that existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute. First point. Second is, consciousness is manifesting as the entire world. Consciousness is manifesting as the entire world. Second thing. Then consciousness is behind all the bodies also, including the world and its objects, including the bodies. And consciousness is only one. Only due to ignorance, I am imagining the world and its objects. And one who understands that, he will be eternally blissful. He will be happy. He will not be morose. He will not, unhappy or whatever. So these are the things which we'll be understanding from this present shloka. Okay. So, Brahmaivāhamidaṃ. I am that Brahman. I am that pure consciousness. I am that Brahman. I think by this time most of you are clear and you don't have any doubt on what is this Brahman, what is that I am that Brahman, what does it mean, Swamiji? I don't think any one of you have got any question. Okay. And Itthaṃ jagacca sakalaṃ cinmātravistāritaṃ. This entire world is nothing but is been appeared by cinmātra, that is consciousness. The consciousness is appearing as the universe. Already we have discussed, based on the experience, we are thinking that the world exists, but the consciousness is been experienced as different things. Now, there's one thing which already we discussed. In another way of understanding also, I can put it. Now, consciousness is appearing as the world. How to understand? Now, apple exists. Rose exists. Then pencil exists. People exist. Water exists. Rivers exist. Rock exists. So many things are exist. So here everything is one common is what? For example, matter exists, energy exists. Even if you take gas exists, solid exists, for example. So there's one common thing called exists. And that existence has been derived from this Brahman. Because the nature of the Brahman is what? Sat, existence. And things are existing, isn't it? That existence is being borrowed by the Brahman. Then I am aware of so many things, isn't it? I am aware of X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I can keep on listing the things and all. That awareness itself is what? That Brahman. Because of that, I think the world exists. Because of that experience or awareness. Okay. Ananda. When I get a thing, I am happy. When I don't get a particular thing, for example, chocolate for the child. If the child gets a chocolate, the child is happy. And if the child doesn't get a chocolate, the child is unhappy. Because of its availability or non-availability, it is happy or it is unhappy. Both are what? That happiness has been derived from the word Brahman. I mean, on the lighter side. For an example, we four family members, we four of us, we go to a hotel. This time family members demanded that we will go to a good hotel. Good hotel means what? A costly hotel. We went there. Okay. Then when we went, because it was a costly hotel, everything was welcomed, and they gave us some starters to munch, maybe a papad or something, and they gave a very beautiful printed menu card. Then we have started discussing and all. But the owner who has to pay, he is thinking, he is probably praying in the mind, oh, let these people might eat less, or let them not, order costly things, because I have to pay from my wallet. We could have gone to a normal hotel and we could have finished all this in the half of the price, but we have come here, it is so costly, and my financial condition is not very good. It is month end, I am a bit tight. No, the people are discussing and they're ordering XYZ and all fine, but the poor Yajmana who has to pay, he is little stingy. His nature is that, and his little financially is also a bit tight. He is getting tensed. People are enjoying from the food, but he may be also eating. He may be also enjoying to a certain extent, but mentally he is getting tensed because of the bill might increase. So one thing can bring happiness for someone, and the same thing can bring tension or unhappiness or the concerns or whatever. Anyhow, so we all know that. So jagacca sakalaṃ cinmātravistāritaṃ. So the consciousness or awareness is what appearing as this world. Sarvaṃ caitadavidyayā. And how the Brahman is appearing as the universe, and why we are seeing the universe, and why the universe is real for us, because of avidya, because of ignorance. What is this avidya? Which is called maya from the point of Brahman, and from individualistic point it is called avidya, ignorance. Why? For Brahman, how much ever the world appears, for the Brahman, it is only an appearance. That's why it is power for him. But for us, it is the real. That's why it is ignorance. That's why it is called avidya. Okay. So how it works? If you remember, it works through avarna shakti and vikshepa shakti. What is that? It covers. The rope was covered as a rope, and that is what avarna shakti. Vikshepa shakti is what? Theory of projection. So the snake was projected by my mind on the rope. That is what vikshepa shakti. That's what avidya here. So Brahman has been covered, that is avarna shakti, and Brahman has been manifested, has been projected as this world, that is vikshepa shakti. Theory of covering and theory of projection. That is what avidya. And this avidya is what triguṇātmika, sattva, rajas and tamas. All this you know. Śeṣaṃ mayā kalpitam. And there is no end to this. You might take hundreds of things, hundreds of experiences, hundreds of objects, subtle, gross, subtle, super subtle, cosmic, microcosmic, macrocosmic. So many things we can list out. Everything is what? Maya kalpitam. It has been because of the ignorance, because of the power of the Brahman, which is called Maya. This diversity has been appearing. It has been imagined actually. Maya kalpitam. One is Maya kalpitam, you can say, or actually it is Maya kalpitam. I am projecting it. I am imagining it. Just the standard example is what? The dream. There was a dream. In the dream, I had thousands of rupees and I was going. Suddenly, a thief came. He chased me. Why? Because he wanted to take away, snatch the money. I am running. And that fellow is running. I never knew I could run so fast to save my life and to save my hard-earned money. I am running. Then he chased, he shouted, he tried some things and all. Luckily, I was also able to get out from all that. But some point of time, he shot or he threw the instrument which was about to struck me. Suddenly, I shouted. Suddenly, I screamed. Then the family member who was sleeping next to me, they bet me and said, hey, what happened? Did you see any bad dream? Then I came out from the dream world. Just it might have taken 1 or 2 moments, few moments to come out to the conscience. And now I understand, oh my dear, it was a dream. Earning the money, collecting the money, and running, and someone is chasing, and I have been rescued. I mean, I have been saved myself by myself, and at some point of time I was getting hurt. All these things was imagined by whom? By myself. It was the dreamer. I have created the dream world, and I have created all these things. Of course, it's highly subjective there. So that much subjectivity is not there in this day-to-day so-called waking state. That's what it feels that for us, but that is what the mayā kalpitam. Mayā kalpitam or mayā kalpitam. I have imagined all these things. The world which I have created are imagined by me. Itthaṃ yasya dṛḍhā matiḥ. One who understands this properly, what happens? He will travel from what to so what. Itthaṃ yasya dṛḍhā matiḥ. Sukhatare, nitye, pare, nirmale. And who understands this, the transitoriness and the unreality of the world and the reality of the self, both are important. The self and self alone exist, and the world is an appearance. Whoever understands, they will be happiest people in the world. We think if we are crorepati, we are happy. It is not so. They will have a tax problem, problem. If I'm a celebrity, I will be happy. We think it is not so. They'll be having a constant fear. Who will take away my position because of challenges, competition, or whatever. If I'm so beautiful, if I'm looking so handsome, I will be happy. Not so. After a few years, all that physical beauty will go away because of the age. If I'm successful, I am happy. Not sometimes, yes, for to certain extent, yes, no doubt. Afterwards, I have got a fear of failure. I've got fear of a competition. Someone might come and take. So everything is what limited, transitory, or whatever. And it is mixed, coupled with good, bad, right, wrong, happiness, unhappiness, all these things. So that's what the world, the nature of the world. But there's a one eternal thing which is unchanged, which is eternal, which is with full of bliss. That is what the Brahman. And Brahmaivāhamidaṃ, I am that Brahman. So one who has got such conviction, whether he is a Cāṇḍāla outcast or whether he is a dvija or whatever it may be, I shall accept him as my guru. That is the meaning of the second verse. I think now most of you have got a conviction that I am that self, Brahmaivāhamidaṃ. That is very, very important. That is important, and this jagat is an appearance. It is also quite important for us to understand. With most of us, Brahman is real and I am that Brahman. We don't have any problem. By this time, we get convinced, we get conviction. But this jagan mithya, mithyatva of the jagat, the appearance of this world, it is a bit difficult for us to understand. It is a hard nut to break, no doubt. We should keep on thinking it, and you should keep on attending Shantivratananda's class so that you'll be able to crack that nut. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Yeah, any questions? I'll be happy to answer. Everything is silent and so.
Swamiji,
Mm.
in one particular song or something, Sharda Mata is said as she is triguṇayā.
Mm.
Then actually, Sri Ramakrishna is triguṇātīta. What is actually the difference there? She is praised as triguṇayā. In some song
Yeah.
I just heard.
Yes. She is triguṇamaya and she is triguṇātmika both. And she is a triguṇātīta also. She is triguṇamaya means what? Because mother is what she is representing, the highest prakriti, parama prakriti. So that parama prakriti is what? That sattva, rajas, tamas. But in our case, we are also part of triguṇātmika prakriti. Ourselves means our body and mind. But unfortunately, we are part of it and we are victim of it. But in her case, she has manifested herself in the form of Mother Sharda Devi using her Maya Rupa. But for her, she is not victimized by that. She is not affected by that. But whereas we are affected by that. That is what the difference. First point. And she is the Lord. She is the goddess of that Prakriti. That's why she is Trigunamayi and she is Trigunatmika and she is Trigunatita also. Okay, then I think no more questions. So next week,
Swamiji,
shall we have the class or not?
Swamiji,
Hmm.
one more doubt.
Hmm.
How can we make this blind people, dumb, deaf people to realize this sort of feeling? I still could not get your point at that time.
Yeah, let us understand first who have sense organs are intact. Then probably we shall try to think how can we make Vedanta accessible to understand for who is blind and as who is deaf and dumb. So if he is a blind and not deaf and dumb, then through sound example, to touch example and all we can give. Who is blind, who is deaf and dumb, then it is only through touch. Through that alone one can teach actually. Because the other three sense organs, it won't work for them. So through touch and through taste only we can give these examples pertaining to that. Two examples we can try to show the mithyatva of the jagat.
Maharaj, sorry. Maharaj, what is the summary of today? Summary of today is I am Brahman. Yeah. And I am whatever I am seeing around me, I am perceiving or experiencing it through the screen of maya. And our prayers should be to remove the screen of the maya so that I can experience what I am myself today. So is this the summary of today's teaching?
Yeah. So yes, 2-3 things here. How do you say that, Ara? Why do I feel that the world is real? Because through experience. And how this experience happening? Through sense and mind organs. Mind. Sense organs and mind actually. And it is giving the limited experience actually. That's the first thing which first half of our discussion was there. Then from pertaining to the shloka, and I am that Brahman, I am that consciousness, first point. Second is this whole world is being imagined by me. Here by me means again we should not as Pranam, not as Shantivratananda, not as Samit, not here, not like that. Here imagined by me means what? Imagined my Brahman. Brahman is imagining this world actually. So Brahman has created an imagination just like a dream. That's where I gave an example. So through the avidya, that is for Brahman is imagined this world. That's why it is for maya for the Brahman. But for the individual Jivatma, it is real because of ignorance. Through ignorance, because of ignorance, I am thinking that the world is real. The moment when I come out from this, the world is not real and I am that Brahman and Brahman alone is real and I am that Brahman, then I can be happy at all given point of time. Ahamasmi Brahma. That is the essence, the Yajurveda Mahavakya essence has been told in the second verse.
But the cause of ignorance is maya, right? Why I am ignorant? Because there is a cause, which is maya is putting a screen before me.
Okay. Yes. Yes, no doubt. The maya is a collective ignorance and the ignorance is what? Ajnana is what? The individual. I can put like this. Probably that will be easy for you to understand.
Yeah.
Maya is a collective ignorance. Avidya is an individual ignorance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maharaj, previous days I had a doubt actually. In the first verse, it was told that sa eva aham. But so why that verse is not actually representing aham brahmasmi, and why we are considering that awareness as the pragya and pragyanam brahma? Why that first verse is not aham brahmasmi?
Saivaham, Saeva aham, yes. Why? Because there it is given as prajna, the consciousness is what the Brahman has been told more there. For example, in the 3 states of consciousness, something is which is very seen clearly. and samvid vijrumbate, which is beautifully manifested. And from Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma till and everything is been so beautifully manifested. And who is the witness of the world? All these things. But only Saivaham is the only one word which can be this. But rest of the words are many other words which is representing, which is indicating that Pragnanam Brahma is more. So as a entire sloka, if you take, that is much nearer to the Pragnanam Brahma Mahavakya. But if you see the essence is what? Everything is same. I mean, Pragnanam Brahma, Aham Brahma, Asmi, Tattvamasi, Ayamatma Brahma, all of them are teaching the same truth. Only the words or sentences are different, or the way of putting is different, that's all. That's the one thing. And their Pragnanam Brahma idea has been conveyed through the entire sloka. Here it is Aham Brahmasmi, Saeva Aham Brahma, and Brahmaivāhamidaṃ, that is the one thing. And this whole world is imagined by me because of ignorance or whatever. Here Aham Brahmasmi has been told more clearly. Yeah.
Okay, because it is giving the gyan about all the things. That is why totality of the gyan is taken instead of one.
No, not like that. Here, it is not gnana there, it is prajna. Prakarsha rupena gnana, of course. Pragnana, because that prajna is which is available in Jagrat, which is available in Sushupti, which is available in Swapna, all these avasthas. So like that, there are different examples the author has given. There that Pragnanam has been told more beautifully, more prominently, explicitly.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Swamiji, my question is, we study all these things, and the purpose of studying everything and gaining the knowledge, everything, is to attain the higher goal, that is moksha, mukti, or what is that called as? Yeah, Bhagavantana ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅನುಭೂತಿ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ. So this is what is the purpose. But adake, is it important that you know, you gain all this knowledge? Can't a layman get enlightenment?
Yes. So there are two approaches. From the bhakti point of view, I mean, from the bhakti schools of Vedanta, they say chittasya shuddhaye karma. That is, from performing karma yoga, our mind get purified. Okay. And through gnana, who is God, what is his nature, and what is my nature, etc., we will, through the gnana, we will get chittaikagrata, that is the concentration, and it will help us to develop the bhakti. And through bhakti, we will get emancipation or realization of the God. This is what the bhakti schools of Vedanta, like Vishishtadvaita, Dvaita, they all speak. Now, Gnana Yoga or Advaita Vedanta, they say, through Karma Yoga, you will get Chitta Shuddhi, no doubt. Through Bhakti, they don't use the word Bhakti, they use the word Upasana. Contemplation, meditation, and doing all our spiritual practices, devotional spiritual practices, it gives emotional stability or concentration of the mind. And when these two things are achieved, then when I do Savana Manana Nidhyasana, hearing the Vedantic text, reflecting on that, time and again more and more, contemplating on that, that will create a vritti called Brahmakara vritti. For example, I am go on meditating on the Shiva. What happens? Then you are go on adding one, like a small stones we keep on adding into the pond. So similarly, you are go on adding one after another impression, vritti, impression to your mind. That Shiva vritti, like that. That's why your mind gets completely filled with Shiva vritti. Then you will become more and more intensified in meditation and all. Similarly, like always we are doing this Brahma Chintana, what happens? Then your mind gets filled with more and more, I am that Brahman. Then that will create a vritti called Brahmakara vritti. And that will remove the ignorance. That will destroy the ignorance. That will remove the covering. When the cover is removed, what happens? Then because the Brahman is self-luminous, then it gets automatically illumined. Or rather, whatever, just like there was a cloud. By all of our effort, we removed the cloud. Then what happened? Then we are able to see the sun completely. So similarly, that's what happens. Now you may say, oh, if I, without knowing anything, is this possible? Generally it is not, but there are few exceptions where just because of their previous janma or whatever, they have got so pure and they got one idea or one teaching or one hearing, they heard something and it gets so firmly convinced in that, and just they holded it and they keep on going further and they were able to experience in the truth. If you have got that conviction, if you are able to hold on to that conviction, and if you are able to go further and experience the Brahman or experience the God, definitely it is not required. But in most of our cases, it is not so. The more and more we hear, we get doubts, we get questions, we get maybe, may not be and all. Then so by doing this intellectual gymnasium, what happens? We will get dehypnotized. I am thinking I am the body, I am the mind, I am so-and-so, I am son of so-and-so, etc. Brahma Satya understanding will not be too difficult for us, most of us. Jagat Mithya is what the difficultest thing according to me in the Vedantic journey. So to get more and more convinced, we have to keep on hearing this. So that will keep our mind in a particular state, and that will bring more and more conviction. And the more and more you get convinced, then what happens? You will start leaving the world. Holding the world mentally, I mean, that will keep getting loosened. The unreality becomes more and more clear. Then your reactions, then your jumping towards the world, all these things, it gets reduced. You will become more and more calm, more and more indrawn. Today one devotee was asking, I said Advaita and socialization both cannot go together. It will not go together. Just before studying all these things, fine. Now, after studying all these things, I cannot go to the party and play like anyone. It is not possible for us. Why? Because we know that reality, at least intellectual level. So to get more and more convinced and to hold on to the truth and leave the unnecessary things, the mithyatva, we study these things.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swamiji, can I ask one question? One doubt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like in previous class, in one of the previous classes, it was mentioned that consciousness is one and it's reflected in all of us. So, and in the today's class, that we are that because we are experiencing it, so we are that consciousness, we are that awareness. But in the practical, when I am practical experience, I'm experiencing the body, mind, intellect, ego, and all the objects of the world and thoughts, emotions, feelings. So definitely I can't say that I am the Brahman, because my practical experiences say something else. No, this I cannot be the Brahman. So now, so can we say that we are the reflection of God, or we are the devotee of God? It's better to say.
Yeah, Shriramkrishna says, if you think that I am the body, then you start thinking that I am the servant of God. When you think that I am the part of Brahman or whatever, then you can say that you are part of God. When you say that I am that consciousness, I am that Brahman, then when you say that I am that consciousness, then you can say that yes, I am that Brahman or whatever. That's what the progress happens. Okay. Then now your question is, you are experiencing the world. When you say you are experiencing the world, who is experiencing the world? Your mind is experiencing the world. Your sense organs are through your sense organs and mind is experiencing the world. For example, in the dream, you can't experience the world. Why? Though your mind is active, your sense organs are inactive. As a result, you can't experience the external world. So sense organs and mind both are required. So whatever I'm experiencing, the objects, different people, happiness, unhappiness, so many things and all, feelings, experiences, all these things, what? Because of your mind and because of your sense organs. And there are hundreds of people who are having different experiences at the same time. Then how can we say that one Brahman is there? Brahman is only one. Yes, because there are, say, thousands of experiences by thousands of people because of reflecting medium. we have used this. The reflecting medium is called sukshma sharira. For example, you keep 100 buckets of water or 100 mirrors. Then either if it is a daytime sun or nighttime, if you say it a moon, so you will see 100 reflections of the moon. So can you say that there are 100 moons? No, it is only one moon, but there are 100 reflections of the moon. And if some mirror, because of its some concave lens, convex lens and all, some moon looks like very far, some looks like very nearer, some looks very fatty, some looks very broken, some mirror probably it reflects that it is very thin, very bright, a little bright. Because of the nature of the mirror, the reflections also can vary. So someone is experiencing happiness, someone is experiencing unhappiness, someone is experiencing okay, someone is experiencing bad. All this thing is what? Because of the different reflecting mediums. It is not because of different selves or many selves. There is only one self, that is the consciousness, which is Brahman alone, that is only one. Because of different reflecting mediums, we are experiencing different experiences, or different people exist. Now, because we think that I am a body, I am mind, etc., we can take it as that we are Brahman, no doubt, but we are unable to understand, unable to comprehend. There is no problem to think that I am the servant of God. Because to crush my ego or to convert my unripened ego to ripened ego, I can take that stand, no doubt. But the reality is what? I am that indestructible Brahman. That is Satchidananda. It is pure awareness. It is just awareness, nothing else. And I am that awareness.
Yeah, thank you, Swamiji. So one more doubt, like now, suppose now I'm aware of all this, like the classes going on, I'm asking questions and all these things, but then who is asking this question? And means like who is asking this question? Is it the mind processing and asking, or who is that is asking this question?
Your mind is asking. Because yourself knows, your Brahman knows who is he or what is it. Who is asking? It is your mind is asking, that's all. So the
mind
Brahman
is asking
is
in the presence of the awareness.
Yes, you are right.
So everything we are experiencing in the mind.
Yes. For example, you are asking, someone asks you, when you were a child, someone asks you, hey, who are you? At the most, you might say your name. If they ask some more details, then you will look to your father or mother. What should I say? Then your father or mother will tell to tell something and you will tell. So similarly, so I am that Brahman, no doubt. Then who is questioning here? Who is doubting here? Who is feeling happy? Who is getting doubt? Who is getting question? Who is feeling convinced? All is what your mind alone. Then who is for bondage and liberation is for whom? It is for mind alone, not for the self. Advaita tells very clearly. The bondage and liberation is only for the mind, not for the self. And why should I struggle if I am a self? Because through reflecting medium alone, we have to experience all these things. And because of that Sukshma Sharira again and again coming, I am experiencing this happiness. I'm experiencing means the mind is experiencing happiness and unhappiness and other things. Just to get freedom means what? It is only the purifying the mind, and so that proper reflection so that it can happen, and so that it will loses its individuality, just like river merging with the ocean. That is what we call freedom or emancipation or liberation.
Yeah, thank you, Swamiji. So one more doubt, like, can I ask?
Okay.
So like, means like, we are all awareness. So I am the sentient being. I am the sentient being, and the body, mind, this intellect, senses, everything, they are all insentient. It's like they don't have any, they are not inanimate objects. So is it, because I'm not able to experience myself as like the truth because of my mind?
When you say that I am not able to experience the truth, you mean whom? Who is that I?
It's like whatever as you said, that the mind is asking all these questions. So who, it means if I am the insentient being and everything else is
No.
insentient.
The question is not clear. You think properly and you frame the question. You are saying
first
that
is,
I am not able to experience, means who is not able to experience? Here, Brahman or the mind? Brahman doesn't need anything. Brahman is clear about itself. The mind is not clear, that's all.
Yeah, yes.
Then who is trying to understand? Mind is trying to understand.
Yeah.
Who is getting convinced? Mind is getting convinced. Who is getting confused? Mind is getting confused. Mind is insentient or sentient? Mind is insentient. Then how can the mind get all these things? Because it is drawing the energy from the self.
Okay, so
For example, the mirror looks very shiny. Is that shiny things belongs to mirror? No, because of sunlight. Because if you keep in dark, the mirror doesn't look like shiny. So that shininess has been drawn from the sunlight. So similarly, mind is working. Mind is doing so many activities that has drawn that energy from the self and it is behaving. It is doing its work.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Swamiji.
Okay.
Very interesting class today. Maharaj, very interesting class today. Extremely interesting. Yeah. Through questions and answers, we got many answers actually.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay. Wish you all happy Ganesh Chaturthi. Yeah.
Yeah, Swamiji, can I ask one more, the last one?
Or maybe next class we'll
next class.
Next class.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.